Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be working on getting your high bridge. So whether you want to call it a high bridge or just a regular bridge, up to you. But either way, we're going to be working on getting your high bridge. So I split this up into 5 different sections. The first section being your shoulders and your shoulder mobility, as well as shoulder strength. A lot of people struggle with the push. And then our back, so our back extension and getting that bend all nice and warmed up and feeling mobile. Our third section is our hips, hip extension, and hips and glute strength play a huge role in getting your high bridge and being able to really lift those hips up. And then wrists. So many people, when they first go into the high bridge, can't get a really good solid hand placement because their wrist mobility is just not quite there yet. So that's another really important piece. And then our last section is actually the high bridge itself and a few different variations that you can use to make it bigger, make it easier, or just make it different for your body. Okay, so let's get started. First up is our shoulders. So we're going to go into our down dog. I really like down dog for working on our high bridge because it works on getting some shoulder extension here and really gets you pushing into the mat. We're going to do this kind of last little breath here, pushing into the mat, and then we're going to add in little push-ups here. So we're going to bend our elbows and then press back up. Again, think about pressing into the mat, pushing the floor away, and just kind of warming up the body, seeing what it feels like here. We're going to do one last press and then come back on in. You're going to bend your knees down, walk your hands out further in front, puppy pose. We're going to roll in and out of it. So push the hands down to lift your chest, and then lengthen and always think about lifting the hands up to lower the body. And again, just keeping mobile here, feeling what it feels like in your shoulders today. Maybe you feel a little looser than normal, maybe you feel a little tighter, maybe high bridges make you a little nervous, in which case maybe everything's tensing up a little bit, but it's okay. We're here to work, we're here to play, not to be judgmental. We're going to do this last kind of press, and then we're going to come back on in. So then we are going to go just for a regular old plank hold. So you're going to press those hands down or those elbows down, and then you're going to press those feet back, and we're just going to hold for 5 breaths. So a great big inhale, and a great big exhale. And just take that time to feel the mat underneath you, feel your feet reaching back. Just feel calm here. And maybe imagining yourself doing your high bridge. Visualization is actually a really, really great tool. I know it sounds silly sometimes, but it really does actually work. We're going to have this last big breath here. And then coming all the way back on in. And then we're going to do our reverse plank. So reverse plank, fingers are going to be pointed towards you. This will be the same position, sort of, when your hands are back. It's just fingers are pointed towards you is all. You're going to reach through those legs. I always like my feet flexed. Some people like them pointed, up to you. And we're just going to lift ourselves on up. Pressing through those arms, squeezing in those glutes. Then we're going to hold here just for a few breaths. Feel what it feels like on those wrists, because again, those are a huge, huge and important part of our high bridge. And then this last breath here. And come on down, relax those arms. Awesome. So now we're moving into section number 2, our back. So we're going to lay down on our stomachs. And we're going to start with our swan. So if you'd like, you can leave those feet hip distance apart if that's what feels best to you today. You're going to press those hands down, squeezing in the shoulder blades, lifting your head, lifting your chest. Think about pushing the hips down and forward so you feel those glutes engage. Again, working on those hips and also working on those wrists. Coming all the way back on down. And then again, we're going to inhale and lift ourselves on up. Pushing the glutes in. Pulling the shoulder blades down. It's all put together. And then coming back down, we got one last one here. Pulling everything in. And then when you're ready, lowering back on down. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do our double leg kick. So we're going to bring our hands in front of us. Stack one on top of the other. You're going to bring both legs in. Press those hip bones down. Feel your glutes. And then you're going to reach the legs away. And then you're going to pull them back in. Every single time you pull them back in, try to bring those knees up a little higher. Feel your lower back engage. Again, this is a great one for your hips, so we'll get that engagement there. We're going to do that last one. Come all the way in, stay in, reach back, grab hold of a foot. Give yourself a little bit of a quad stretch. And then when you're ready, press that foot into your hand. Lift yourself up. You can use the hand that's still in front to help support you. And then you're going to come back on down. Release, same thing other side, reaching back, right, pull to the shoelace part of your foot, pushing that foot into your hand, lifting up, and back on down. If it feels okay, grab hold of both of your feet. Quad stretch first, and then press your feet into your hands, lifting yourself up. In a way, this is a high bridge, or half of one at least, and it's upside down. And then when you're ready, you're going to release those hands. You're going to press yourself back down. And then we're going to roll ourselves over onto our back for shoulder bridge. Again, another half of a high bridge. Lay down on your back. Your hands are down by your side. Feet are down on the mat here. And then when you're ready, you're going to push up through those feet. Really lift up in your hips. Push your shoulder blades and your triceps down into the mat. And then curl yourself back down. So we're going for a little higher than just neutral. So really lift, really squeeze, and come back down. We're going to do one more like this here. And we're not actually going to push yet, but we're going to place our hands down on either side of our head as if we were going to go into our shoulder bridge, and just think about keeping those hands engaged in towards the floor as you lift yourself up. And just kind of notice what ends up happening. Does one elbow want to fall out to the outside? Does it want to cave in? Do you lose your hands? Your hands not even like staying here right now. We're going to do this last press up. Come all the way back on down. When you come down, we're going to come on up to kneeling. So with our kneeling, we're going to be up and have those glutes really squeeze, inner thighs squeezing towards each other. Arms are going to be on front. We're going to do thigh stretch. So thigh stretch, we're tipping backwards. Exhale, come back forwards. Beware if you're prone to calf or foot cramps. This is one of those ones that will definitely get you. We're going to do one last one here. Coming all the way back, curl those toes underneath you. And then we're going to reach back, tap on a foot, twist back, tap on the foot. Think about pushing your hips forward and squeezing in those glutes. Open everything up. If you wanted to take it further, go back, reach up and over. Go back, reach up and over. Last one. Coming back on in. Have a quick child's pose here. Bend the other way. Give your back a little bit of a break here. And just give yourself a pat on the back for making it this far. Because let me tell you, all of this stuff that we're doing it quick And it's not easy, as I'm sure you can tell. So you can bring your hands down onto your mat. We're going to be on all fours. And we're just going to go into our fourth section, which is wrists. So when you're here, you do not have to put that much pressure on your hands. In fact, you could put maybe 5 pounds of pressure and that's about it. You don't need to fully lean on those hands. So, hands down flat. We're going to think about sending our shoulders over top and then bring them back. So we're just looking for that stretch. If you like, you can curl your toes underneath you or have your feet flat. Whatever feels right. This is not a more pain, more gain kind of movement. This is all about building that mobility and building that trust in your hands. We're going to do the last one here. Then we're going to have fingers pointed out to the outside. And we're going to do little circles. Doesn't matter which way. We will end up going the other way. We're going to do this last circle here. Reverse for 3. Last circle here. We come back in. Fingers are going to be pointed towards each other. Again, trying to keep those hands those arms relatively straight. Reversing those circles. Awesome. So then we're going to have fingers pointed back towards us. Be gentle. I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. And I'll say it again later. So reaching back and coming back forward. Everyone's got an arm that feels a little tighter. Mine's my right. That's the arm that I typically hang off of more, and I will trim my horse's feet with that hand a little more than my left hand. So it's a little stronger, it's a little tighter. It gets used a little more. And then we're going to come back on up. Again, light. You're going to place the back of your hands down on your mat. You're going to very gently put that tiny little bit of weight in, and you're going to just think about pulling yourself backwards. You can add in those little rocks so long as you're not putting any more weight in your hands as you go forward. If you wanted to, you could think about raising up those fingers, give them a little wiggle. You're going to do that last one there. Come back on in, shake out those hands. Okay, last but certainly not least, high bridge, the thing that we've been working on this whole time. So, we're going to lay down on our mats. I want you to not think too much about it and just press. So you're going to lay down, feet are going to be hip distance apart or just slightly wider than hip distance. You're going to place those hands down. Take a great big inhale. Inhale all those thoughts and those dreams of having a nice high bridge. And exhale all that effort and get up there. When you're ready, great big inhale. Exhale. Pressing on up. Reach through those hands, reach through those feet. And then when you're ready, relax yourself back down. If you made it, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. If you didn't quite make it, that is totally fine. It's really hard to get your high bridge in the span of, 14 minutes maybe? So anyways, what we're going to do is we're actually going to add in some other variations. So you can either stick with working with it on your mat for another 2 reps, or I've got a handy dandy box, and you could use either a stool, a bench, coffee table. Don't tell family that you've put your feet on the table. Or a weighted down cooler. Just make sure it's weighted or against a wall. Anything really works. You can press your feet up on here. What makes this cool is it will make you work your upper body more to get up, but it'll also make it easier to get over top of your arms. So again, a great big inhale. Exhale, press on up. A little harder to get up, but you can really open up in your chest and push over top of those hands. which is so nice. Coming back on now. Or, other way, which I'm not very good at, so hopefully this goes okay, is you can either use yoga blocks or a block like this. And we're going to press on up like so. Maybe. When you're ready, pressing on up, reaching through those hands, reaching through those feet. So this way puts a lot more pressure on my legs and on my lower back, but takes a little bit out of my shoulders, which is kind of nice. So find a way that works well for you. Everything helps you or hinders you in a very different way. You can work on bringing your legs closer together. It'll help feel harder on the balance. And the hip flexors, all sorts of different things. So let me know down below, did you get your high bridge today? Or what do you need to work on more in order to get it? So I hope you had a great time in this video. I know I did. I'm feeling so alive and bubbly right now. And let me know down below how it went, what you want to see next. And I will see you all in the next video. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to yours truly. It really helps me help you. Okay. Have a lovely day and bye-bye.